Welcome back. This is part 2 of a 4-part video with Louise Armstrong from Dubai and me, Nancy Mueller from Southern California. And we're here to talk about life coaching. Louise is a life coach in Dubai. She works with women all over the world. I am a life coach in Southern California, and I also work with women all over the world. I have a podcast that I bring in weekly, and that's how Louise and I met. And Louise and I are very, very like-minded thinkers when it comes to believing that there's no such thing as competition. You know, there are so many women out there who feel that, oh, I'm in the same category of job as this person or that person. And so they feel that that's competition. And there's no such thing as competition. We have peers. But remember, there's no such thing as competition because you are you. You're the gift of you. So everyone is going to do their job or their mission or their passion in a different way. And this is one of the things that Louise and I wanted to talk about when it comes to life coaching, the importance of shopping around. Because most life coaches, if you're thinking about going down that road, like, oh, I could really use a life coach. I would like to have someone to talk to. Most life coaches will offer a discovery session that's free. And, you know, you can talk to them and just say, you know, this is where I'm at. This is what I'm looking for. Can you help me? And then you can decide in that time right there. And that is a really good opportunity for you to also interview the life coach to feel like, I don't know, do I feel like the energy is right between each other? So I would really suggest that if you're in the market for a life coach, that you shop around, call 3, 5, 10 life coaches and have actual conversations. Don't just go by price. Don't just go by, how flashy their website is. Really have a conversation with them and make sure that when you're talking to them, that you feel empowered, that they are empowering you, not trying to tell you this is what you need, this is what you have to do, this is your problem, because that's not what we're here for. Louise, what do you suggest when someone is talking to you about in discovery and wanting to know what life coaching is all about? How do you explain it to them?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think you need to shop around, and I think discovery calls are a great way of getting to know the person. As you say, it's got nothing to do with the website. I mean, that's great for information, but it's the affiliation, how you feel with that person. It's the feeling that you get from the talking to that person. Are they giving you the answers that you want to hear? Are they providing a safe environment? Are you feeling comfortable? Do you feel good? So I think it all really boils down to the connection with that person. It doesn't matter about their program, whatever they've got to offer there. That is really irrelevant. You are going to them because you want a result. And if they are going to provide that result and you feel good, you really need to feel good. If you've got any doubt in your mind, it isn't right for you. You've just got to feel good. It's got to feel really safe because you're going to open up on a personal level. And having a coach, it's like nobody else in your life. They're not your friend, they're not your husband, they're not your child. It is a very, very different relationship. And you will find that you are going to tell that coach things that you've never told anyone in your life, not even your best friend. And so it's really important that it's with the right person, so go with your feelings, go with how you feel. As you say, Nancy, not because they've got the best website, not because you think this program's this, whatever. It is the result you want and the feeling. So that's what I would go with, definitely.
And I think it's so important as well to remember that, I had a coach said one time, I heard her say, and I love this, and I use it all the time with my clients. She said, I will hold a higher vision of you than you hold for yourself until you're ready to see what I see in you. And basically that's what life coaches do. It's so amazing because when you have a life coach that you're working with, and when I say it's so amazing, I'm not talking about my service that I'm giving to my clients. I'm talking about the service that I've received from the life coaches that I work with. There were times when I thought, I've got this down. Why do I need to work with someone? But again, you don't know what you don't know. And we tend to think along the same lines all the time. So when we're stuck on something and we're having a challenge, it so helps to have someone challenge your thinking. Now, that's not saying that they're going to tell you what to do. You want to make sure that you're not looking for a life coach to give you all the answers. If someone's saying you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to go left, you need to go right, now the answers are inside you, and that's what we do as life coaches. And Louise said this earlier in this video. She said that we are here to pull the answers out of you. And I've had potential clients say, well, if I have all the answers, then why do I need you? But the interesting part is that you have the answers, but sometimes it's just difficult for us to see because of all of the other things that are going on in our life. And Louise, you have a really great kind of like an example that you use about the eyes with that. Can you share that? I think it's a really great, it's a great way to explain what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a cool way, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we have two ways to determine the physical color of our eyes. We can look in the mirror and we can see we've got blue eyes. And then we can ask everybody else around us. We can ask our family, our friends, what color eyes do we have? And they might tell us we have brown eyes. Well, it's human nature to believe other people first before we believe in ourselves. I mean, that is just the way we've evolved. So if you've got 20 people telling you you've got brown eyes, but you look in that mirror and you can see blue, guess what? You are going to believe you've got brown eyes. And this happens throughout our life. So where a life coach can really help you is you will start to believe in them first. So when you have the belief in them first, you will then be able to believe that you have the blue eyes. So yeah, that's an example I love to use, and it is so true. It really is so true. So you are going to develop such a relationship with that coach who, it's between sessions really, Nancy, that you get the answers. And this is the bit I love. It will be between your weekly or your 10 days or whatever you have in between sessions where, wow, this is, whatever the discovery is. And that's calm from peeling back those layers, finding out, because you do have all the answers. Mm-hmm. You just can't see them because they're marred with limiting beliefs from the past and old patterns and this going on, and life gets in the way. And it's like a fog, it's like, you can only see 100 feet in front of you. You can get through your day-to-day stuff, but there's just no way you can see beyond that. Mm-hmm. But you know there's something there. You have a knowing that is more to life than this. But, I just can't see out of my day-to-day stuff. Yeah, I can look after my kids. Yeah, I'm keeping the relationship going. Yeah, I go and do my job every day. But is this it? Is this it? Is it life? Is it really it?
Absolutely. So many people try to get the material things in life, and they have the house, the car, the kids, the whatever, the job they want. And then women have this emptiness inside them, and they can't figure out where it's coming from. And they say, shouldn't I be happy? Shouldn't I just be content? Shouldn't I just... And if you're feeling that there's something more, you want to give yourself permission to say, it's okay for me to want more. But it doesn't mean more material things. It probably means more of who you are, more soul searching, more going deep within and realizing the awesome human being that you are. Because every single person on this planet is a gift. Every single one of us. We're all here for a reason, a purpose, a mission, or as Carolyn Mays calls it, your sacred contract. So regardless of why you're here, your soul is crying out, please, let's do this, let's do this. And so if you're on another path, but something else is crying out over here and you feel this conflict, you can understand why you're just feeling like something's off. And until you get in touch with that, until you really understand where this is all coming from, you're going to feel that tug of war inside your head. And this is what a life coach will do. A life coach will help you figure this out. She'll help you see where you're going and what are the thoughts that keep entering into your head that is not allowing you to live just peaceful and happy and joyful? You know, what keeps coming up for you? Because we can see things that you don't see because we don't have the emotional attachment to the outcome like you do. Wouldn't you say that's a good way to put it, Louise?
Yeah, that's a perfect way. Yeah, no, we are totally detached from the situation, so we are then able to have a much clearer view of what is going on. And that is so true. Many clients do come to me with massive feelings of guilt because they have a beautiful home, they have a nice car on the drive, they've got a nice husband, he doesn't beat them, they do have a relationship, it's not that bad, they've got beautiful kids. Are they selfish to want more in life? And then the guilt consumes. I should be more grateful. People don't even have a roof over their heads, and I'm complaining about my house. I have a job to go to, a job that pays the mortgage. I'm incredibly lucky. I'm educated. I have a wonderful husband, but there's something missing. And then that gets clouded with guilt. They feel really bad. They feel selfish. How much more does somebody want? I'm a really mean person. And then it starts to cloud the areas of their life. Mm-hmm. And they start to see life in they're not grateful. They do feel consumed with the guilt and the anguish. And this is very common, Nancy.
Absolutely.
Really common. And this is really where a life coach can help, really where they do come in and help you sort out the wood for the trees and allow you to be you. And as you brilliantly put, Nancy, it's not about having more cars on the drive, a bigger home, more holidays. It's got nothing to do with that. It's more about knowing who you are and why you're here. What are we all doing running around this planet? What are we doing?
Exactly.
And it's the best feeling. It's the most empowering. It's the best feeling in the world to really, it's so cliche though, isn't it? To know what your purpose is in life. But to know why you're special, because every single one of us has a special gift. We're all special, all of us.
Absolutely. And when you're living your life on purpose, it's just indescribable. It's so wonderful. So
it just doesn't get any better.
Yeah. So I hope if you're watching this video that we are helping you think outside of the box about what it is that you want in your life and the importance of working with a life coach. This is Nancy Mueller and Louise Armstrong, and this is part 2 of a 4-part video. So if you're intrigued, join us for part 3.